Hey guys, it's Vanity Ezel by Carpe Vanguard, Ezel and Vanity Weekly Reviews. Hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and so shall we. This time we are covering reviews starting off with DZ Set 7 as DZ Set 6 just finished. We have some Ursa Larger support cards, we've got some Triumph Dragon support cards, which is all around pretty cool, and I'm really hoping this is Bushy's sign that they're going to start actually taking these guys more seriously, because this is I don't know, no, they got double rares last time, and they've gotten like triple rares before, but like I'm hoping Bushy kind of like tastes as a time to make these decks good. And if they really want to make it good, make them in the anime, because that seems to give decks priority upgrades. But anyways, I digress. Let's get this started. First up, we have our Triumph Dragon reveals. First, we have Rousing Dragon Ready Raptor, Great on Boost, 5k shield, 8k base. Auto put on Guard Circle. If you have 4 more cards you're damaged on, this unit gets 5,000 shield for the battle. And then if you have a Great 3 Great Vanguard Triumph Dragon in the card, you can counter boss 1 and get 15k shield instead. All around pretty solid. Simple CB. It's a 20k shield for, you know, the what's it called, Triumph Dragon deck. And at the bare minimum, it's at least a 10k shield. The only downside is, though, this requires you to have 4 more damage to activate any of that effect, which is unfortunate. But once you do have 4 more damage, you got at least a guaranteed 10k shield regardless of what deck you're playing. If you're playing a Triumph Dragon deck, you got a 20k shield. So it's a solid 3. If you don't want to see too many of it, because again, it can get cloggy and it only works at 4 more damage. But after that point, pretty good 20k. Then we have Demonic Dragon Berserker Jokusho. Great turn to 5k shield, 10k base. All the rear guard when this unit is placed on rear guard circle. If you have Vanguard that's great 3 guard of Triumph Dragon in the card name, yeet one of your other rear guards to soul to draw a card and energy charge 1. Finally, Bushy is giving these guys actual energy charging support that are not promos, no offense to the grade 1s, in the form of a double rare. This card is really good. It gets you soul for Triumph Dragon, so now A, you can use the skill of the Golem to actually soul blast out more cards, superior call it, more soul blast targets for also Triumph Dragon as well, and any other generic Dragon Empire card you want to run. Also soul blaster for his ability, but he also draws you a card to replace the unit you're losing, and he gets you a free energy. Automatically, this skill alone makes it a 4-of, but then his second skill is auto from a rear guard circle. Once per turn, when either player's unit is either retired or stilled by your Vanguard ability with Triumph Dragon in the card name, soul blast 1 in your entire farm gets 5,000 power for the turn. It doesn't require the opponent to be at grade 3. Literally procs from either Triumph Dragon, either the Trial Deck one or the Grandpa Danger one, or if Bushy, please do this later on. I don't care how recent it is, but by set 13, presumably that DZ will get. Please give them an Evolved Triumph Dragon that is like a main series thing, that is not a joke card that actually has the restand ability, because that would make this card so much better. But either way, being able to make your entire forward get 5k regardless of what the number of your opponent's grade is great, because it also means Triumph Dragon is going to be a 23k swing with double critical, get you a free energy charge, get you a free hand card, and get you a soul for himself. This card's an easy 4, but if you're not running this in Triumph Dragon, the only reason would be you don't have the money to afford it. Then we have Bogle Puppy, Great on Boost, 5k shield, 8k base. So our Triumph Dragon got, okay, well to be fair, the grade 1s are questioning, but the grade 2s are really good. So Bogle Puppy is all the rear guard when it boosts anything. If your Vanguard's a grade 3 or greater or so largest, soul blast 1, choose up to 2 cards from your drop zone that don't have the same grade as any card in your soul, put them to soul. So it's essentially Falcate, the one grade 1 that like sends any card in your drop zone that isn't in your soul to your soul, which is decent, but at best, that only gets you 2 soul, and you're playing Dark States, which most of the time you are going to have soul. So, like, they're implying your game plan is spam Tilligan 24/7, be constantly at low soul, and then send stuff to soul, which personally I hate, especially because Ursa Large just literally got a card that soul charges 3, so it kind of is against Bogle Puppy. This card is cute, but its skill is not worth it in my opinion. But if you want to run it, it's a 2 of tech, I guess, but I wouldn't put it more than that. Then we have Half Beast Demonic Spear Knight, so Dorgos, great turns to 5k shield, 10k base. Okay, I love how the grade 1s are kind of like jokey-ish cards, like they look cute and all, but then the grade 2s are just straight up badass as all hell. Like, look at this. This man is literally with the moon in the background, jumping off of presumably a building, diving his spear forward, while this guy is just, girl, whatever the hell, is like standing in the middle of a thunderstorm with a sword ready to go kill people. Like, these arts are amazing. Anyways, continuous rear guard during turn for Vanguard's a great 3 guard, or so large gets 5,000 power. Okay, not nearly as good as this ability, but this ability really set the bar high there. So, I mean, 15k base is 15k base. Follow that, auto input, retire from rear guard circle during your battle phase specifically, via any means, including your opponent. So if you play this in premium, and your opponent denial griffins you, this does proc the ability. If you have a great 3 Vanguard or so largest in the card name, CB1, choose a card from your soul, the different card name from this card, and call it your rear guard circle. So essentially, Ursa Largest now gets 5 attacks because you call on top of it with Ursa Largest skill. So now we finally have like decent call targets, but then you also get to call another card by CBing 1. Downside is it does eat into the CB. Upside is it's a 15k base, so you don't have to waste time boosting it, and it gets you a free call. It doesn't matter what grade the opponent's at. Aron Sorgros is not a bad grade 2. It definitely could be better. In my opinion, the Triumph Dragon 1 rocks as all hell, but this one still works as well, so that's a good 4 of. Then we have Stealth Dragon Ezel, grade 3 to 9%, 13k base. Auto rearguard once per turn when it attacks into anything. Ditch a hand card, it gets 5,000 power, presumably for the turn. I don't know why it doesn't specify, but I mean, free 5k is free 5k. But then if you ditch the trigger, it gets plus 15k instead, which all around is pretty solid. It's just a good card for number boosting and is nice to have for the offensive pressure. So yeah, I'm willing to give Ezel just like a good 3 over 4 just because it's all. Oh no, it's for the end of the battle, my bad. It's end of battle, not end of turn, but still 28k swing, so it's like a 3 of or 2 of, not 4 of though. Then we have Gear Rooster of Careful Timing, so Great on Boost, 5k shield, 8k base. Auto and put on guard circle. If your soul has 4 more different cards or 4 more different grades, it gets 10,000 shield. Personally, not a fan of this, but I mean, Michiru is coming back to the anime, so I'm guessing this is supposed to be like the herald of, oh, we're getting Dredjeweled back into the anime. Let's go shove in more cards that involve different souls. Not a bad grade 1, but personally not one I see getting used. If you end up using it, probably 2 of tech. I will say though, today's winner, easily Jokusu, with a close second being this grade 2, because it does give Orthar just 5 attacks, but this is the easiest winner by far. Bushy, do this with the other ones. And on to our final reviews for today. First up, we have our beautiful Incarnate Dragon, who obviously has the moon in the background, so again, one of my favorite cards. Auto and placed on Rearguard Circle, great on Boost 5k, shield 8k base. Choose a grade 3 card Dakota Blaze in this card name from your ride deck, and you may reveal it. If you reveal the card or your Vanguard to a grade 3 or greater Dakota Blaze, check the top 7, choose up to 1 grade 2 card from among them, put it as soul shelf for your deck. All around, that's a pretty good ability. It's a free on-place ability that can end up getting you a soul card that allows Kota Blaze to restand an extra rearguard during that turn. So honestly, only for that ability alone, it's easily a 4 of. Then auto rearguard at the beginning of your battle phase. If your vanguards are grade 3 or greater Kota Blaze, energy blast 3 to choose one of your vanguards, and that unit and this unit both get 5k for the turn. At the end of the turn, put this unit to soul, draw a card. Cool. It sets itself up next turn to be a restand target by sending itself to soul, allows the vanguard to gain 5k, gives itself 5k, and gets you draw a card, meaning for the first battle boost, it's going to be a 13k booster. The second battle boost, assuming it stands to be a Kota Blaze, is going to be an 18k booster. And again, it draws a card to replace itself, and it gets you a soul to set you up for next turn. This card, easily a 4 for what it does. Kota Blaze has a very good grade 1 coming in for a promo, and of course it's a promo too that does all this. Then we have Elrich Grinware, grade 1 boost, 5k shield, 8k base, a support card for Rotovisor. Auto, when placed on Rearguard Circle, counter blast 1 to search your deck for any arena card, reveal it, put it to hand, shuffle the deck, and then if your opponent's vanguards are grade 3 or greater and an arena was not put into your order zone this turn, choose an arena card from your order zone and you may put it to order zone. Cool. This cheats out your order very easily, not to mention the fact that if you go second now, you can get 3 arena cards into your order zone because you get 1 on your grade 2 turn, you then get this one's grade 3 turn 1, and then you play another one on your grade 3 turn because this just puts into your order zone, meaning you don't technically play an order that turn. And then continues back with Rearguard Circle. If your vanguard is a grade 3 or greater Rotovisor, this unit gets 2k power, and your other rearguard is named Calm as it can appear type your opponent's card effects. Cool. The downsides to a lot of rush decks is that they die to numbers, and they also die to defensive triggers, and they also die to, rearguard killing. So being able to defend a column is great. Well, not defend a column, defend the unit directly in front of it, or directly in front of it, is still pretty solid. Also still having 10,000 base power as a boost, which is great. And again, getting you basically guaranteed Rotovisor 5k to the front row on your first grade 3 turn, which in my opinion was one of Rotovisor's biggest problems, is amazing. But again, it's a promo, which gives you, you gotta take it with a grain of salt, but it's still really good, so it's a 4 of. And then we have our last card, which is Diablos Boys Hines. Great on boost, 5k shield, 8k base. Auto placed on Rearguard Circle. If your vanguards are Diabolos, choose up to 1 card Diabolos in this card name from your drop zone, yeet it to your soul, and then if you put a card, this unit gets 5,000 power for the turn, and at the end of that turn, retire this unit. And if your opponent has a grade 3 or greater vanguard, give it 10,000 power instead of 5,000 power. So if you play this on your grade 3 turn and your opponent's at grade 2, you get a free soul and this thing's a 13k base. If you do while your opponent's at grade 3, this thing gets an 18k base, which is still pretty good, and none of that ability really requires Final Rush or Final Burst, so you can play with any of the Diabolos grade 3s. And then auto, when this unit is now retired from Rearguard Circle by your card ability during your turn, if you're on Final Rush and you did not countercharge turn Soul Boss 1, countercharge 1. Cool. So if you need to get your counter blast back because maybe you're running Eden, or maybe you're running VMN's Bruce or Unrivaled Bruce and a whole bunch of counter blasters, you just retire this, Soul Blast 1, counter charge 1.
all around pretty good grade 1. I mean, I don't think Bruce has a counter charger. If it does, depending on what it is, it might be better than this, but still pretty good for resource management, so I'm willing to give it the 3 of. I would personally want to put it further than 4 of, though. And without further ado, that's it for this week's reviews. I hope all of you enjoyed. Next week, we get news on the anime, and we also get 2 support cards for Implodio. So I'll see you all then. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, join us on Twitch, and don't forget to set up your Vanguards.